Once again, a relatively small victory. Round 2 was a lot more damage. We have efficient giant manufacturing, he picks it without much thought, and we'd have extended range steel balls to combat those, presumably much more numerous giants in the next round. Now these steel balls are already at 85 meters of range. It is glorious, but at the same time they have almost no health. What's it, 40%? Yeah, 40% less health, 30% less damage, but 40 extra range flat. The Wasps, I bought another pack. I did leave these Wasps here. Sometimes when a flank doesn't work out, because your units are getting missiled or warping in, the best play is to just leave it there, spawn it in normally, and hit the opponent where he doesn't expect it. My opponent is adding some Mustangs here, which is a good call, I think, against these Wasps. Another route would be to rely on your fortresses with anti-air barrage, but these Wasps have a lot more health. Like, once they start hitting level 2, they will already take 2 missiles to destroy, and if these units get to higher levels, it starts becoming more and more difficult to deal with them. In any case, I think I saw a missile here. Did he missile these units? I'm not sure. The fortress is very, very sad here. And the Wasps have won this side and are easily able to take care of these fangs. The tower is unleveled. And this time I will actually have a good benefit from these Wasps, though the steel balls would have taken the tower very quickly soon after. However, now there is 18 seconds of debuff, and my opponent's army is not gonna survive that. There's 2 marksmen left to deal with the phoenixes, and that they shall do. Oh, there still is some units back here, but it looks like it might only have been 2 crawlers. This pack of Wasps has leveled, and we have more stuff, more reinforcements. Vulcan drop. In theory, if I were playing Vulcans, I would have smacked that guy down here, pulled all of these chaff units, and hopefully killed a good amount of them, but I'm not playing Vulcans. I think I skipped my opponent. I think he took the supply enhancement. I'm not planning on letting the game progress to the point where that is coming in. I definitely have the initiative here. Since he has added on the Mustangs, I've decided to add on the Wraiths. Now there's a bit of an issue with my unit positioning here. Some may have noticed, a missile here would kill a lot of stuff. And I decide it is time to start buying out, getting some upgrades here. I did leave these Wasps here, though realistically this would have been the round where they should have gone somewhere else. And here is the Wasps that had already spawned in on this side, now ready to spawn in directly and start hunting for phoenixes and towers and everything. He throws a shield down, which I am never really a fan of against steel balls. And we have a bunch of Wraiths that are ready to clear all the chaff, tank all of the Mustangs, and deal with the enemies. As you can see, the combined power of Fire Badgers and Wasps has absolutely eviscerated the backline, and the fortress is being lasered down quickly as well. Meanwhile, these Wasps definitely got annihilated. His anti-missile device in the back got destroyed, so that's minus 100. The shield is another minus 100, and this is looking pretty rough. This Wraith is not on a lot of health, however the majority of anti-air is now locked onto a level 2 tower under a tower debuff, and he kinda gets scammed out of a Wraith kill with almost no health remaining. Round number 6. Well, here's the worms, but also potentially overlords and melting points. I could even see him go for typhoons, to be honest. Pretty tanky unit, pretty good unit. Everything would make sense here. Now, since I was teased the improved wasp worm that I unfortunately did not get here, I decide it's time to go worming. My opponent is going for overlords. Since I have 2 packs of improved wasps, it is an easy choice to just relocate them from flanks that are likely going to be defended. Look at the value he's throwing in this flank to defend against now just a few fire badgers. I hit replicate on the worms in anticipation, to be honest, of melting points, although that is not what my opponent chose here. These 3 marksmen have been all the anti-air that I needed. And yeah, we will see if the worms can carry the victory home. He decides to go for the oil, the standard player's best friend, I would like to say. And I have also reinforced both of my towers. Last thing I want is a tower to fall now and everything spiral out of control now that I'm going for the finisher. Naturally, these firebatters get absolutely crushed. However, at the same time, the wasp worm is crushing. It is going in on the tower. Some wasps have locked in. He never put a level there, and the tower falls quickly. The marksmen have taken the overlords down. Well, one of the overlords. The second one is not going to be long after that. One shot should do it. Boom. And at the end of the day, there's a fortress left, but that is absolutely eviscerated very quickly. At the end of the day, it's a win, and a pretty clean one here. Didn't drop a single round against an 1800 opponent, whereas I was sitting at, let me grab the number here. I was sitting at about 1660, almost. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Like, I like the improved Wasp. They never needed a level. They would have been much more scary with a level and range and everything, but my opponent had at this point 4 packs of Mustangs. I think it was much better going into the Wraith to tank these Mustangs. He only had 2 Phoenixes and they were back here countering Fire Badgers that were just an absolute menace to him. These Fire Badgers were such an amazing anchor for other flank shenanigans, such as these Wasps swooping in from behind. It was glorious. Alright, let me see if I can turn the final round around for my opponent. Alright, new plan. Sell the melting point. And yeah, let's just preemptively hit all of these buttons while I have clicked on this tower. And instead go for massive amounts of fortresses and maybe take aerial specialization. We can do a triple fort drop and still have enough gas left in the tank to put a double missile here and a single missile there. Let us see if that can be successful. I'm hoping it can, but I'm not as confident as I would very much so like to be. The wasps are mostly being taken care of. I think for whatever reason this time both locked onto the same worm. That is very, very good. That is amazing. Oof, we have crushed this side with the aerial spec. The Phoenixes can get rid of the steel balls mostly. The Wraiths crushed. Yeah, I think I got it. It was attempt number 2 if we discount an attempt where I accidentally sold Mustangs instead of the Melter. So I'm gonna count that as attempt number 3 still, because I clearly failed. Alright, so the aerial specialization was doing a lot more work than I had anticipated. Very cool. Air spec and just spam forts and stanks. That would have been the way to go, I guess. And missile out the flanks. Though it also, let's be honest, required the anticipation that I would go worm here. Which, given how I was fawning in chat over Wasp Worm at the start, or at least talking about it, would have been realistic. Let's be honest, it would have been realistic. But also the insight that they were coming from here. Oh well, I guess it works. Thanks everybody for watching and listening, and I hope to see you next time.